A lot of people watching the clock right now. 12 hours from right now, just after midnight, Miami-Dade County will lift an almost year-long COVID curfew and restrictions on business.
That comes despite concerning trends in the positive case rate and the number of hospitalizations. Miami-Dade Mayor Daniella Levine Cava issued this order lifting the curfew, and she joins us now from her home. Mayor Levine Cava, good afternoon. Great to see you.
Very good to be with you. Thank you,
Good
Michael
afternoon.
and Glenna.
Yeah, you too, and great to have you here today, because the big question is, you actually decided to do this last week, watching the days go by, finally got it done, we're counting the hours, but at the same time, the sort of standards that you've set in place, below 5%, 14-day positivity rate average, that's kind of taken a turn, apparently, when you look at the graph. Is there a concern there that this may not be the time?
So we have so many factors that we need to consider. Most important was the availability of vaccine. The fact is we're almost at 1 million shots. This is unprecedented. We are almost at, we are at 1/3 of the population. So we are making great progress, and especially the most vulnerable. So those are the people over 65. We are at 75% have received the vaccine. So the population that is most vulnerable, most likely to get seriously ill and be hospitalized, is well on its way to protection. So we looked at a confluence of the circumstances together with Chief Medical Officer Dr. Peter Page. We looked also at hospitalization. It is down. The serious hospitalization is down. And of course, I am alarmed. The positivity is going up, and it's on us. We need to continue to mask, disinfect, and socially distance. So along with the curfew change, we did issue changes to the guidelines, and those went into effect already this past week. It simplifies things, it makes sure that everybody understands the basics, and it does allow some loosening of things that now we know don't pose the greatest risk. So for example, if you're outside on a beautiful day like today so far, and you are distanced 10 feet, you do not need to wear your mask outdoors if you are distanced. But you should have it on hand, because there might come somebody closer into your orbit. Also, we now allow the spas and the locker rooms to open up, different things that can be done safely following these precautions.
Yeah. Well, we know that your order lifting the curfew also calls, as you say, for boats can raft up out there in the bay,
Yes.
gyms can open, water stations can be turned on at golf courses, tennis courts like the ones I go to, salad bars can open, toothpicks can be dispensed. I mean, collectively, these are all good, I think, give us some confidence. But on the other hand, Madam Mayor, yesterday the New York Times published a map from the CDC showing areas of deep concern in the country where coronavirus is still fairly intense, and Southeast Florida is one of those areas. So how do you strike the right balance between reopening society and making sure that health and safety are a huge consideration?
You said it, exactly that, how to balance. We have enjoyed relative openness in our society, and we have done relatively well compared also to the rest of the state. It is really critical that our businesses continue to monitor and maintain those safety guidelines, and I have to commend them. They have been outstanding over this difficult year in making sure that they adapted and took those precautions. And of course, it's on each of us. I'm with folks all the time who've been vaccinated, and they feel just a great sense of relief, but they also know there's still the possibility that they could contract it, maybe with fewer symptoms, and there's also the possibility they could still transmit it. And our young people especially, they really are the ones now that we're counting on. Fortunately, everyone can get the vaccine. So we are really pushing that. We need our young people to step up, do it for themselves, for their loved ones, for the broader community.
Mayor, I'd love to hear you weigh in on something everyone's been reporting on, complete with video of late night clubs who, until today, would have been violating the curfew. Nevertheless, besides the hour of the day or night, We have just video. One really worried mom is emailing me
Yes.
this week
Yeah.
about hundreds and in some cases thousands of people packing clubs with no masks, having a great time, but with no masks and no social distancing. And now that the curfew is going away, those clubs are going to be popping.
Right.
And I really need you as the leader of this county to weigh in on that. And what does that all mean?
Yeah, worried moms, I've been hearing from them too. And clearly, we need to enforce. And we do have a commitment from all of our municipalities and also our county, both our police department and our code enforcement. They are on the scene. They are empowered. They are activated. We had meetings this past week with all of them to emphasize the importance of maintaining those protections. By the way, these clubs that have sprung up, many of them to evade the curfew, exactly. Clearly, we need to crack down. We need to go with the established places, the places that we know are conforming to the rules, and support them as they safely reopen.
All right. Mayor Daniella Levine Cava, always good to speak with you. Sorry we can't get into the cruise ship thing. You were there at the news conference on Friday speaking out for the resumption of cruising. We know you are all for that. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you. If I could just say, you're going to hear from us this week. We're coming forward with some proposals to the CDC. Thank you.
Excellent.
All right, we're on text. Take care. Thanks.